So this is breaking news as of earlier today. It is official, Elon Musk will own Twitter. The Twitter board announced that it is officially accepting Elon Musk's $54.20 per share offer to buy out Twitter from April 1st. This is a big announcement that's been in the works for weeks and at some point appears like it wouldn't happen, but now it's actually going to happen. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what the stock of Twitter is doing, along with Tesla, some of the other social media platforms, and Elon Musk's plans for Twitter. And by and large, they are all very good plans, unless of course you're a fan of spam bots. Hey everyone, my name is Randy. Welcome back to the Late Night Grind. Right now on this channel, we are covering cryptocurrency news, investment markets, and personal finance. So if any or all these topics interest you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and join the Late Night Grind community. Also, if you would do a couple of things, I'd greatly appreciate it. Smash the thumbs up button, watch the video to the end, and go ahead and check out my Patreon, link in the description below. All right, guys, let's jump into it. So this deal, of course, has been in the works for several weeks. On April 1st, Elon Musk announced that he was holding 9.2% of Twitter, that he had been buying Twitter stock almost on a daily basis. Did we come to find out that he had been buying since the beginning of the year. Of course, that makes him the largest shareholder of Twitter, and of course got everybody's attention with his SEC filing that he owns the majority of Twitter. And after a couple of weeks of some back and forth with Twitter offering Elon Musk a seat on the board of directors, and of course Elon Musk declining it, shortly after made an outright offer to buy the company. $54.20 per share was his offer, which is actually a 38% premium on what the stock was worth on April 1st, the day he made the announcement that he owns 9.2% of Twitter. Now, this is a huge win for Twitter shareholders. 38% premium is huge. Some people are thinking that the people at Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, who represent a ton of large Twitter shareholders, had actually had some back and forth discussion with the board of Twitter and said, well, listen, you can't poison pill, you're going to accept this offer. Because as Charles Gasparino of Fox Business pointed out, they probably looked at some of their insurance premiums and realized that their shareholders could sue the pants off of them for not taking this offer. So the board of Twitter, which had originally elected to do a poison pill, enact a poison pill, which is essentially a share dilution method, which makes a company much less attractive to a buyout or a takeover. But that is not going to happen. They've now accepted Elon Musk's offer, $44 billion. Elon Musk is going to be the sole owner of Twitter. He is taking it private. Elon Musk then tweeted out his very first tweet as the owner of Twitter, and here's what it said. Yes, with a bunch of emojis. But then he posted a text block of things that he wanted to tell people. Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated, said Mr. Musk. I also want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features. Sounds good to me. Making the algorithms open source to increase trust, that's a good thing. Defeating spam bots, very good thing. And authenticating all humans. So you may have to end up checking a box or figuring out which is a picture of a fire hydrant before you're authenticated. I look forward to working with the company and the community of its users to unlock it. So that was his very first tweet, and many people, of course, are being very supportive of this, but not everybody's happy, of course. Because from what I'm seeing, it seems like there's a trend where some people originally a couple of weeks ago had basically said, if Elon Musk ends up owning Twitter, I am leaving. And what some people on the right are equating to the people that said, if Donald Trump wins an election, I am moving to Canada. Well, most of them didn't, and most of them, they're not going to leave Twitter. Or at least they'll be back shortly thereafter. In fact, Elon Musk has already addressed this issue. He tweeted out and he said, I hope that even my worst critics remain on Twitter, because that is what free speech means. So he's really doubling down on Twitter as essentially being a town square where censorship and banning and things like that just aren't going to happen anymore. So as Charles Gasparino of Fox Business pointed out, he thinks there is going to be essentially a mass unbanning of certain blue check marks or certain people that were deplatformed. Now, a lot of people are questioning why Elon Musk is actually going after Twitter. Elon Musk says it largely has to do with, and I think other than the fact that it's a really cool new toy for him to play with, it's something that he can dig his hands into and make better. Now, he wants to make the algorithm open source. That's a very good thing. Seeing what is actually trending and not controlled by the censors or fact checkers, that's the transparency that the majority of social media people are looking for. Okay, so what are Twitter stock, along with some of the other social media stocks, numbers actually doing today? Well, Twitter was actually halted. There was so much volume initially when this announcement was made that they halted trading of the Twitter stock, which that actually happens during certain times of extremely high volumes. We've seen this happen several other times with the Robinhood trading app being in the news. So this is really nothing new, but as it stands, Twitter was up a little bit, about 2.5% before they traded halting. Now, what's happening with some of the other social platforms? Well, Meta is down 17%. Snap is down 17%. Truth Social, which was the social media platform promoted by Donald Trump that he resides on, was down about 13%. So if you're looking at this from an investment perspective, or at least how investors are going to view this, well, it's not great if you're a shareholder of some of those other companies. Basically says that people believe that Elon Musk is actually going to go through with what he's saying and make this more of a free speech platform. The banning, the censoring is going to be much more limited, if not completely done away with altogether. That's going to take some people away from Facebook and Snap and Instagram and Truth Social and Getter and Rumble and some of these other platforms that were essentially created to be censorship free. So this isn't going to happen for quite some time. Obviously, he is the owner now, but it will not close until some point later this year. That's probably when a lot of Elon's time will actually go to work in stating a lot of these things. And then, of course, you have the cryptocurrency side of things. We know Elon Musk is a Bitcoin holder. We know Tesla at one point accepted Bitcoin for Teslas. That may happen again soon in the future, but we don't know. But as of right now, he's also a big fan of Dogecoin. Well, is that going to be shamelessly promoted on Twitter? And those are some of the concerns that people have when a guy like Elon Musk, who essentially is taking his overvalued shares of Tesla and putting them to work in an undervalued company, or at least what he sees as undervalued, from Twitter. Now, Twitter has been really struggling the past few years. They've been losing users on a quarterly basis, active users on a monthly basis. Their profit has been down big time the last couple of years. You can probably guess why. All of this censorship and free speech stuff that he's been talking about, well, but if you put it back to the way it used to be, is that going to draw users back in? Well, probably. Is it going to draw advertisers back in? Well, probably. But that remains to be seen. So some of the financial talks that Elon hasn't really covered yet, I look forward to covering over the next couple of months. So if you want to stay tuned with this story, along with all the others that I cover on this channel, make sure you subscribe to the Late Night Grind YouTube channel. You can go ahead and click that subscribe button. Also follow me on Twitter. There is a link in the description below. You can go and follow me there, have a conversation with me there about that. So let me know in the comments section below what you think of all this. If you think Elon Musk buying Twitter is a good thing for Twitter, a bad thing for Twitter, a good thing for social media, let me know in the comment section below or on Twitter as well. Also, if you are new to this channel, go ahead and check out the community tab. I put up polls up there on pretty much a weekly basis because I love to know what you guys think about all these stories that I cover on the channel. Well, once again, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, for smashing the thumbs up button, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next video.